How's it going, everybody? This is Dan with HurtboxTV, and this is the best that I could do. You've seen the song title. Somebody in my Patreon decided to request Subhuman from Devil May Cry 5, and you know what? He put it on there. Wow, Wood, you put it on there. I'm gonna do it. I haven't listened to Subhuman for a very long time. I think I heard the original song when, what was the band called? Suicide Silence, when they put it out originally as a video, and then there was this whole thing about the what was it? The singer engaging in some illicit acts. Trying to avoid. I'm trying to keep the green dollar bill on my videos. I'm not trying to get the red one that says no. All right, I'm going to avoid anything that gets me that So, yeah. So we're looking at Dante's theme. From what I remember is that when they explained the song, it sounded like the original writers of the song were like, what was it? It sounded like they listened to DMC Devil May Cry, Dante, as I call him, and probably many other people, as opposed to the actual mainline Dante, the good one. And they wrote a song about it. But yeah, we're doing Dante's theme, and this is the best that I could do, get up wise. I had this laying around, and its sleeves are way too damn long because I've got short arms. But I don't have the nipple belts. I don't have DMC4's drip. But this is the best I could do. I got a cowboy hat, which is close enough, and I got a long red trench coat type thing, and glasses. We got sunglasses going on. So let's get crazy and listen to Subhuman. Let's see if it's better than I remember it. All right. Hit and play. Let's go. I believe they did change the song. They did change it around a bit to try and, fix it for release, from last what I remember. But I don't know anything, and I just remember not liking the original song. Oh, it's got that riser. Okay. Is it Michael Barr who's singing? It's got a nice, slow, heavy 7-string riff. I'll give it that. It's got one of those where you can bob your head to it. Okay, guitar player solid. He's got a trem on his, so I can't do any of that stuff. I don't own a 7-string with the floating trem. I just own a one with an Evertune and one with a hardtail, so can't do any of that stuff. But what I will give it is that so far I can say that it's a fine song. This one's fine. I like the mix of synth along with you got some like electronic music parts. You got like this riser thing that's building up, and you have some sort of synths and kind of maybe dubsteppy stuff that's going on. but you've got a lot of the you got the guitar that's going slow and heavy. They're going. Not sure if that's exactly what it is, but it's kind of in the same line. You have the slow single open single note riffs with you know, it's a little bit similar to what I'm just assuming this from Killer Instinct soundtrack with Mick Gordon, where he intentionally does a lot of single note riff stuff to kind of avoid the guitars being too much into having to be over EQ'd and all that stuff, so just to take it out of the mix so the vocals and other things can sit easier in the mix. It probably is easier to mix the guitar when you're playing single palm muted and open, you know. You know, it probably is easier to mix stuff like that, but so far it's not bad. The guitar player, you know, he knows what he's doing. Solid enough guitar playing. I dig it. Almost doomy with the way the guitars are being played. Yeah. There isn't a whole lot to really talk about. Singer does pretty good for the style. You know, I've never been much of a metalcore person, but you know, his screams and stuff are pretty good. I'll give him that. It almost feels like the person who mixed it was very like Mick Gordon inspired, because the drums kind of sound that same way. They're punchy. They kind of just sit in the mix. You can hear that really, really nice punchy bass kick. The kick drum as well as the snare is nice and snappy. The one thing I will say is that, I mean, it stays at the same rhythm the entire time, really. Yeah, you got the genty riff going on. I think it's almost over, right? Yeah. Less than a minute. Or about a minute. All right. So yeah, I'll pause it really quick. But yeah, so far, I mean, it's not, I'm gonna say it is that it's not awful. I like it. You know, I can listen to this, not often, but you know, I'll listen to it. The only thing is that when you compare it to the other two themes that everybody knows, which is Bury the Light and, you know, uh Bury the Light and Devil Trigger, it really is like the weakest one, but again, they were working with what they had at last minute as well as what Suicide Silence provided them. And then whatever this is, like, I can't even remember what the original, I don't even know if this is, I know they did something. Did they change the singer because the singer was the one involved in the thing that got him, I'm pretty sure got him thrown in jail or something. But um yeah, but so far, I mean, it's like it's genty in some parts, but it's mostly metalcore or core, deathcore, metalcore, whatever kind of core you want it to be, which was never really my thing growing up. That's the thing, is I was more into mellow death, regular death metal, Norwegian black metal, symphonic metal, power metal. I was into all the European stuff. I wasn't really into a lot of the American like metal that took over in the 2000s, that took over in like the late 90s into the 2000s. Like, I kind of just grew up on, in high school I just grew up on like Children of Bodom, Nightwish, Insomnium, you know, Symphony X, which they're American, but Symphony X and Dream Theater, they're different. They're prog metal, and like they were never, like they weren't super popular over here back in the day. But yeah, that's the kind of metal that I grew up with throughout middle school and high school. So core wasn't really something I ever really listened to. I think the only one that the only two metalcore bands or core bands that I ever listened to was Trivium and All That Remains. I believe it's All That Remains. Yeah. The one with it was the one with Ollie. I believe that was his name, the guy who passed away a little while back. And then yeah, those were like the only two that I ever really got into. I didn't get into anybody else. But let's continue on. We got about a minute left. So just to give you kind of like my background on it. You put it on, you know, I'm not going to say no to it unless it's a band I absolutely hate. Synth stuff is really good. I do like the synth pulsing in the background. Kind of adds another layer. Again, synth and guitars go well together. Okay, that's it. Then they have a trem so they can go and... I can't do that. And then they do a pick slide. They do a pick scrape where they take the pick and they scrape along that. I'm not going to do that because I play Ernie Ball polywebs. They're coated strings, and if I do that, I'll scrape it off. And they're expensive strings. I like to put one set of strings on and never change them. I never have to change them. So, or Ernie Ball. Did I say Ernie Ball? I meant Elixir polywebs. God, what is the matter with me? But yeah, no, that's it's a passable song. I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever heard. Trust me, I've heard some awful, awful metal bands in my time, and yeah, that's not the worst that I've ever heard. Again, wasn't my thing back in the 2000s and into like the early 2010s. That metalcore and core as a genre was just not my thing. But you know, compared to what I remember, because I remember I absolutely disliked Subhuman when it first came out. It just didn't sound right. Maybe it was the lyrics. The lyrics didn't make sense to me. And then it was just the fact that I never was into Suicide Silence. Like, that was one of the bands I just never got into. But yeah, fine song. I don't dislike it. But there's a couple of good things about it. You know, it's got nice heavy guitars. The guitar player knows what he's doing when he's playing, you know, lead stuff. And the vocals sound better than I remember, which I think they did do that. Somebody correct me in the comments. But that's Subhuman from DMC5, Dante's battle theme. And this is my best attempt at being Dante. I don't think it's working. I think I have a little too much facial hair. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. If you guys liked it, you can go ahead and leave a like. You can subscribe. Do all that good stuff. And, you know, I will get to all the other Patreon requests. If you want to become a patron and support the channel, it is $1 a month, and you will be able to request video game music like this. I'll probably end up doing Devil Trigger and Bury the Light at some point. The only problem is that I listen to those songs on repeat all the goddamn time. Bury the Light, I kid you not, is usually always like one of the, like if I'm here, yeah, Bury the Light is right there. It is the next song. Usually this happens. I'll be listening to a band that I really like, and then it'll autoplay a couple of other songs, and then it'll just go to Bury the Light. Like, if it's not the first one, it's always like the second or third. Bury the Light always shows up for me, and it plays, and I can't stop it because I really, really like Bury the Light. So once it starts playing, I'm not skipping it. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Thank you, everybody, for watching the video. Again, Patreon's down below, the water bottle's down below, there's the wallet that I use. All that's in the description if you want to help support the channel. And yeah, thank you so much. You know, do all that stuff again, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Peace. Have to do this. Peace.